All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Chicago Bulls video. Man, frustration. 12-7, they lost to the lowly Houston Rockets. If you guys are subscribed to my channel, you know I cover the Houston Rockets, and this is something I would have never guessed. Like, I just, at no point ever this week, last week, any time in the season did I think that the Chicago Bulls this year would lose to the Houston Rockets. Even if the Bulls weren't 12-6 heading into it and the Rockets weren't 1-16, I still wouldn't think that the Chicago Bulls would lose to the Houston Rockets. And there's a lot to go around. There's a lot of blame to go around, starting with Coach Billy Donovan. But before we get into this video, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Post NBA videos every single day. I know you guys would like that content. Happy Thanksgiving as well. It's frustrating, man. The Rockets had lost 15 straight games heading into tonight. 15 straight games. They were on pace to be the worst team in NBA history. Now, as I mentioned earlier, and if you guys are subscribed to my channel, you watch my videos, you know I don't think the Rockets are as bad as they're being kind of just like shown to the media. Like, they have talent. They don't have a lot of talent when you compare them to a team like the Los Angeles Lakers, but they have talent. They haven't been able to consistently piece it together. Their defense has been honestly not that bad, but it's still not good. Like, their defense is ranked, I want to say it's like 20 in the last 2 weeks. I want to say their defense is ranked like 19th. Offensively, they've been horrible. And they came out, they scored 30 points in the first. They come out, they score 25 points in the second. And all of a sudden, I mean, the game at halftime, it still was way too close. But then all of a sudden, the third quarter hits, and the Chicago Bulls just went downhill. Like, absolutely downhill. The defense was horrible. Horrible defense. I mean, even, like, specifically, DeMar DeRozan last night, not only did he have a bad offensive game, 6-19, 0-4 from downtown, he did have 7 assists. But defensively, oh my God, the effort was so not there, dude. That's frustrating. And hopefully the blowout loss to the Pacers and then this loss to the Houston Rockets, hopefully it opens their eyes. I mean, it needs to open their eyes. Like, Tony Bradley tonight, 2 minutes. The Houston Rockets have this many players over 7 foot. Zero. They play Alfred Şengün about 20 minutes a night. They play Daniel Theis about 20 minutes a night. And then they play Christian Wood about 25, 30 minutes a night. Who, by the way, is built like a piece of wood. He's a stick. I don't know why you had Tony Bradley play and start the last 5 or however many games Vooch missed. And then he comes out, Vooch was struggling desperately to start the basketball game. He had a couple of nice clutch threes at the end, but desperate start to the game. Desperate start to him. And Tony Bradley plays 2 minutes. So it's like, Billy Donovan, what you doing? And I know he's still trying to figure out rotations, and I don't really have that big of a deal with, or I don't have an issue at all with Billy Donovan. I know he's still trying to figure out rotations. A lot of teams are trying to figure out their rotations. Just the issue I have with Billy Donovan is he doesn't really make adjustments on the fly. When the Bulls, I feel like he's too reliant on, like, oh, we're just not having a good night once the fourth quarter comes, because the Bulls have had a lot of fourth quarter comebacks. He's like, all right, you know, the bench will ignite us, and then we'll be golden. Well, I really think Billy Donovan, along with the Chicago Bulls in general, just did no planning for last night's game. I mean, it was inexcusable. There was no energy. Javonte Green had a lot of energy. DeSumo had a lot of energy. It was nice to see those two young players just, like, energetic and running all up and down the court. But that's something that you should have known going into this game. The Houston Rockets are one of, if not the youngest team in the NBA at the moment. And they run. Yeah, they shoot 42% pretty much every single night and like 32 from downtown. But pretty much every single game, it doesn't matter who's out, it doesn't matter who's playing, the Rockets are running. They're running and they are gunning. Yeah, they're going to turn the ball over probably 20 times. They'll probably turn it over 20 times, but they're going to run. They're going to make you wish that you were like LeBron James, that you had his stamina. So I put a lot of this loss on Billy Donovan and on the Bulls coaching staff because it's like this team was not ready to play. Zach LaVine, he played pretty good. Lonzo Ball, he played really good. I know Lonzo got screwed at the end of the game with the call, but I'm not here to blame losses on refs. That's stupid. I'm not here to blame officiating for just horrible performances. Dosunmu, only 17 minutes last night, 3 of 4. He had 8 points. High energy player. I don't know why he only played 17, and then like Kobe White played 15. Kobe White's been horrible since he's come back. Hopefully it means Kobe is just trying to settle in as he comes back from injury. But I would say like once that calendar year hits 2022, I'm going to be probably pretty strict on Kobe White. If he has not cleaned up his act by 6 weeks, I think you know what I'm about to say. It might be time to trade Kobe White. Because the issue I have is Kobe White and like Vucevic, I don't know if Kobe necessarily makes a lot of these guys better. Like Kobe White is probably just a shooting guard. Like he's probably best suited, almost 100%, to play shooting guard. Bulls, they still need some size. The issue with that is, well, the first issue is you don't have really many tradable contracts. So that's why I'm looking at Kobe White, whose defense is not very good and his playmaking is not very good. And he's looking like he might be the one who gets traded. Size is an issue because, as I mentioned, the Rockets are a small basketball team and they like to play small. Derrick Jones Jr., 11 minutes. Derrick Jones Jr. has been one of the most consistent, reliable players on the Bulls off the bench. He's been one of their most just consistent, reliable players on a night-in, night-out basis in the last 2 weeks since Vucevic went down with COVID. 11 minutes? I just don't understand it. I really just don't understand why he played 11 minutes last night. Hopefully Billy Donovan and the Bulls figure this out. Hopefully they figure it out. Obviously, it starts with Billy Donovan. Everyone needs to be held accountable. Even guys like Ayo, who had good games, they still need to be held accountable. You need to be ready to play 48 minutes a night at the most effort you can possibly put out on the court. That's what's different about the Bulls this year. That's what some of these players might not know yet. They need to get that idea reinforced in their head. Like, hey, this isn't the last 5 years. We're a championship team. You need to play like a championship team every single night, every minute you're on the court. You need to go all out. We're not winning a championship if you do not do that. So hopefully Billy Donovan has this talk with his guys. Hopefully DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, hopefully DeMar DeRozan's looking at himself last night and he's like, wow, I played horrible. I need to do better. I need to take better shots. I need to play better defense. I just need to be better. It's okay to make mistakes. You just have to learn from it. You have to adapt. Got to fix it. So I'm not worried about the Chicago Bulls. I really am not worried about them at all because I know they have a bunch of talent. Relatively healthy right now, obviously without Patrick Williams, but relatively healthy. And I'm excited. I'm excited about the future. But blowout loss to the Pacers, oof. I get the matchups that weren't really great with Sabonis and Miles Turner, and we were without Vucevic. But oof, losing to the Houston Rockets, not a good look. So that's it for today, guys. If you enjoy it, hit that like button, hit that sub button. I try and post Bulls videos all the time. Live here in Chicago. Not in Chicago right now. We're visiting North Carolina for break. So hit that like button, hit that sub button. We're about 50 subs away from 9,000, trying to hit it by the end of the month. And it's like 6 days away. I don't think we're going to get it. So please hit that sub button and help us reach our goal. So peace. Let's go Bulls.